impressed. Oh.
So Blake just had a very good experience. His mind is blown.
It's so cool. So cool.
I
looked back at her at one point, I'm like, so cool.
It's really hyped right now.
Shake up a martini, pull up a chair, and let's go thrifting. This is Mid-Century Wasted.
Everyone, welcome to vlog day 8, 9. Blake's here. Say hi, Blake.
Hey, that Chrysler over there, that slider door has been open since I got the stuff this morning. It's not good.
Okay. You want to go tell him at the front desk?
No, we'll figure it out.
Okay then.
I'm sure somebody told him already.
Wait, I was going to show that.
Oh.
Leave it open. So we're in Topeka.
Oh, our poor hydraulics.
Yeah, it's not working so good, is it?
Oh.
And we just loaded up the car. We're about to go check out the capital of Kansas in Topeka, and then also check out where my grandma lived when she was a kid, and hopefully spread some of her ashes somewhere. Not really sure where yet. But I thought I'd show you the van because we're pretty loaded up right now. And I just put everything back in after sleeping, so I figured now's a good time to show you. So here we are.
We got room for a little bit more.
I mean, I guess we do, technically, but I don't think we're going to be getting much more.
I'm about ready to start a new record box.
Great. Well, you are going to be getting some more records. It's probably the only thing that we're really going to be left to get.
Right.
So we bought some banker boxes, and I've been putting all of the like breakable stuff that we've been buying in banker boxes. So you can see there's a few layers of banker boxes now. There's the lamp that we bought earlier. This is Blake's record box. It's all filled with records. That's how many records he's gotten on this trip so far.
Not much.
Not so much? Yeah, okay.
It's not record store day.
That's our toiletries, our suitcase. You swing around over here. We've got the ice chest and the food still. I'm just sort of balancing the starburst clock on that. Over here is all of the audio equipment. And then we got a table. And there's actually a glass part to that table that we've wedged inside over here. It's wrapped in bubble wrap. And then it's also wedged in between these unused banker boxes. So I'm pretty proud of my Tetris skills, to be honest with you. Everything's super secure. As we drive down the road, nothing even shifts or anything.
Yeah, it's a good job.
Are you impressed?
I'm very impressed.
Do I get to load the car every time from now on?
This is why I married you.
Oh, cool. For my car loading skills. I'm so glad. Well, everybody's got to have a skill, right?
Yeah, what's my skill? I don't even know.
Your skill is driving in fog.
Buying more records.
No, your skill is driving in fog behind a semi-truck on a windy, dark road.
It's the only time you want to be behind something
for hours.
is when you're in the fog.
Yeah,
I
was going cross-eyed and like getting really a lot of anxiety last night as we were driving. So that's your skill.
It was intense, but
I said I was at a 10 out of 10 on the anxiety scale, and Blake was like, I'm at about a 6. And I'm like, well, that's why you're driving, because I wouldn't be able to do this.
Luckily, we only had about 2 hours of it, so
it felt like a long time.
It could have been longer. I mean,
I
out
guess.
here, anything could be longer.
That's true. All right, so we're gonna hit the road again. See what Topeka has to offer. Here's our hotel. We stayed at a Hyatt Place, whatever that means. It was very nice. We weren't here long, so we didn't really get to experience all the amenities or anything, but it was comfortable, very comfortable. So this area here is right around 11th and Republican. I don't think the houses are anything the same as they were when Grandma lived here. This was the first area that she lived in Topeka, but all of the house numbers are different now, and she kind of just wrote 11th Republican, and I think that meant 11th and Republican because those are intersecting streets.
could have been just one house.
It could have been just this was one whole big farm area. That's kind of how I think it was. You want to loop around.
Sure.
Yeah, and it's right by a cemetery too, which I thought was interesting. So here's the cemetery. We're not going to spread her ashes around here, I don't think, because it just doesn't look so great. Doesn't look so great around here.
She wouldn't want to rest here.
No, it doesn't. I don't feel it. I don't feel like this is the spot. And that is a very old cemetery though, so I bet they lived. I'm sure the cemetery was here. I don't know if there's any stories about her living next to a cemetery, but that's where it is. But we're here at the land. You know, some of these old trees might have been here. I don't think the houses were. They're too new. But yeah, this is the area at least where she lived. Oh, there you go. There you go. So anyway, this was the first.
Feels like the South.
It does kind of feel like the South
like
here.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Louisiana or something. Yeah, I don't know. All right, we're gonna go to the next place, but here's the sign here. 11th and Republic. Address behind, but check out that old wagon, I swear. Tractor or whatever it is.
I think it's
for farm equipment. There it is. Okay, so this is 910 Golden. This was where she lived. The second house that she lived. Look at that.
Could be the house.
But look at the old farm equipment that's sitting there. And there's, I don't know, there's pretty flowers here and stuff, but you know, we said before we came here that we would kind of feel out the vibe if we were going to go up and knock on the door and see if the people were friendly to like spread her ashes right here. But I'm feeling a very solid, resounding no on that one. I think it's cool to see the land and everything, but I mean, this is just a junkyard now. So yeah, there's just so many cars and stuff. I really don't think it's a good idea. But I mean, I'm glad I get to see the land. It's covered in flowers. It's covered in beautiful flowers. I mean, I'm sure they're weeds, but they're pretty. Brought her back home to Topeka. We found this beautiful tree. And a nice little spot in it, and that's where I put her. So on this street, we were looking for 1623 Atchison. This was a street that my grandma's mom or dad lived on. Or maybe it was both of them before she was born, I forget. It was an address I had written down for ancestry. And so there's 1621, and then it jumps to 1625. So it would have been here somewhere, but obviously the houses have been torn down and renumbered and stuff. So kind of a bust on this one. Check out this drive-through burger.
Maybe we should just go get one.
Place. You want to go get a Chuck burger? All right, now we're going into downtown. That's the Capitol, actually, right there. You can see it. It's got like a black dome on the top of it. That's different. The Dibble Building, 1917. There's a nice sign. Okay, I know I'm shooting into the sun here, so it's going to be all shadowy. But here's the Capitol and all of the grounds. It's very spread out and sprawling, and really, really pretty. Don't know what we expected, but it's very beautiful. So we're gonna go walk around a little bit and check it out. Here's a really cool mid-century modern, I don't know what, some sort of building, office building, library. That's across the street. It's got a really nice fountain and just, it's really neat looking. Check out this building across the street. Look at that sign. Tower. Maybe a hotel or something. I don't know. It's got a parrot. It's like a castle. All right, we're done at the Kansas State Capitol. That was a nice one. I liked it. What'd you think, Blake?
That was a cool one.
That was a good one.
Better ones.
Yeah. It was beautiful grounds, beautiful building.
Much bigger.
The rotunda was lovely. Yeah, very much bigger.
It would be cool to see like
New Mexico one.
It would be cool to see the houses and stuff, but
we kind of didn't have a lot of time because we have an appointment that we are on the way to go to. At 1:30 we have a tour of a vinyl record pressing plant in Salina, Kansas. So we kind of needed to go ahead and get on the road here pretty soon. It's what, an hour and a half away, hour and 45 minutes away. So it's 11 o'clock, a little after 11 now. So we didn't want to be late for it. So we didn't want to linger too long at the state capitol, but I'm glad we got to see it. And I'm really glad we got to see the statue of the pioneer women, or dedicated to the pioneer women of Kansas, because, you know, my family is from Kansas, my grandma's from Kansas, and she always said, it's like a family motto at this point, I would say, where she always said, we're pioneer stock, meaning we come from pioneers, which if you trace the family history back far enough, it's absolutely true. We come from pioneers. And so I thought that was cool that there was a statue dedicated to the pioneer women of Kansas. It couldn't be more fitting in a place where I came to visit because of my grandma. So that made me feel good. We are now in Salina, Kansas. I've been calling it Salina this whole time.
I have too.
And so is Blake, but then we watched a video about this record place we're going to, and it is pronounced Salina. So I had no idea. But we're just driving around aimlessly until we get to our... Okay, hi. Yeah, thanks. You're welcome. We're driving around until it's time for us to take our pressing plant tour. Also, I want to just mention, since you can see this American flag just whipping in the wind here, and you can also see clouds. There's a chance of thunderstorms starting this afternoon. I think here it said around 3 o'clock is when the thunderstorms could start. And it did say that there is potential for severe thunderstorms. So that'll be interesting, because after this pressing plant tour, I mean, it starts at 1:30 and we're only in Salina, and we have to get all the way to Phoenix by Friday night, and it is Thursday right now. So we have the rest of this afternoon and evening and all day tomorrow to get to Phoenix, which is quite a long ways away. So after the pressing plant tour, we're going to just drive as far as we can. That's a neat old theater tonight, but also it kind of depends on the weather too, how far we're gonna feel like driving. So anyway, that's the update on the rest of today.
It's so cool. So cool. I looked back at her at one point, I'm like, so cool.
He's really hyped right now. He got
Super
to
neat.
buy some records there. He got his back order that was out of press, out of stock. They dug one out for him. Seeing how the records were made was really, really interesting. It was way more cool than I expected it to be. Watching the little puck go down, and then it pressed and it cut all the stuff around the rim and then spit the record out. Sometimes it falls on the floor.
It's very like, it was, records are old, but it's very old school.
Yeah,
know?
he said those presses were from the 60s.
Chicago.
Yeah, they got them from a plant in Chicago. So, a really cool experience. Yeah.
That was neat.
And it was really special because they're not really doing tours.
Yeah.
So that's why we're not saying where we are exactly. See, that was just a yield. There was no gates. Blake's just blowing through the railroad tracks like there's not going to be any trains.
Well, that guy went through it just like
because we're used to gates and lights on railroad tracks, but out here, not all of them have that, and you're supposed to actually look for a train. Anyway, we're going to a barbecue place now. It is super stormy looking, but we're going to a barbecue place because we're hungry. And we're going to be driving for a long time in the night because it's 2:35 now.
We're going to eat quick.
So we're going to eat quick and get on the road.
I'm going to try to get us to Santa Fe today.
To Santa Fe?
Yeah, we're trying to get to Santa Fe.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, probably
It'll be like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning.
That's true.
We don't even want to do that. I don't want to feel that way.
Fair enough.
I'd rather do like a 12-hour day tomorrow, which we might be doing anyway.
That's fine. Okay.
Okay.
We'll just start early.
Yeah, we'll start early. Okay.
Oh, so cool. It's so cool.
I can't get over it.
It was really fun.
It was really fun. It was special. That's not something you can do just every day.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I don't want to use that example. That would be a stupid example. You'd look at me and roll your eyes.
Probably.
But it's like one of those things that you have to be like driving through to be able to see.
Yeah.
It's the only way.
Yep.
Right? You said the same thing about Mount Rushmore.
About Mount Rushmore?
Because the only time you can ever see it is if you're driving through, right?
Well, oh, you mean like instead of flying somewhere?
I'm not comparing it to Mount Rushmore.
No,
because
like,
Mount Rushmore's a pretty cool place, but
it has nothing to do with Mount Rushmore. But okay, it's just something in the middle of nowhere kind of thing. Where if you're passing through the area, it wouldn't be your final destination for something like if you were flying in. But if you're driving somewhere, it's a really cool place to stop. But you just got kind of a special treatment. So it's not even anyone can just like roll through town and be like, oh hey, let's go tour the pressing plant. Like that doesn't happen. So yeah, it was awesome.
Super fun.
All right, let's go eat. Shop.
Larn, L-A-R-N-E-D.
Larn.
Larn.
You done got larned. You went to college and you learned something.
Anything stores in Larn?
We just drove by a vintage shop. There's a little theater. Back here, I totally missed it with my camera, unfortunately, but where we are here in Kansas right now is the like geographical center of the United States. And it said it was 1,561 miles to New York and 1,561 miles to San Francisco. So we're kind of like right smack in the middle of the country right now, which I think is pretty cool. And we're starting to get some big gloppy rain. And it looks kind of crazy out there. Not too bad. Blake just said it's 80 degrees outside. It has been like in the 60s, high 60s, getting slowly creeping up to the 70s and stuff. And now we're all the way up to 80 and it's raining on us. So I don't think we're going to get the thunderstorms though, really, because just looking at the weather, it looks like it's building up slowly, and it's going to be more like when it rains, and if it has a thunderstorm right here where we are right now, we're already going to be far past it. So it's not going to hit until a little bit later, and the direction that we're going doesn't seem to have anything building up. So I think we're going to miss it, but we're getting just like the edge of something here. It's kind of fun. As you can see behind me in the window here, we're past the thunderstorms. They built up behind us just like I thought they would. And we are actually on our way to, what was it called? Dalhart, Texas. We're taking kind of just a slightly different road than we did on the way into Kansas. We're taking kind of like a parallel route that just goes 30 miles south of the road we were on the way in. And the only reason we did that is because it looked like maybe it was a little bit more of an established highway, and we found a hotel in that whatever town it was in Texas that looked decent. It was another Econo Lodge, and we liked the one that we stayed at before, so we've just figured we would give it a go. And it's about, what, 3 hours away now? 3 hours?
3 hours, exactly.
Exactly 3 hours away from where we are right now. And it's 6:26, so right about 9:30 we should be rolling into our hotel, which, considering we got into our hotel at like 11 something last night, that's at least better. And we knew this day was going to be a late night getting in anyway, because we had that pressing plant tour that was in the afternoon. So, you know, we knew we were getting like a late start to really, you know, get our miles in. And then from where we are going to be in Texas to Phoenix tomorrow, that's about a little under 11-hour drive. So that's maybe slightly better than I thought it would be. I thought maybe we'd be looking at like a 12 or 13-hour drive on this last big day of driving. So I think it's all going to work out. Now it is 90 degrees outside right now, so we definitely worked our way into the hot weather, which explains why that is like that out there, if you can see it. Yeah, it's getting thunderstormy in Kansas, but not while we were there. We had a couple glops, but that was it. So let me turn you around. This is the view now. Whole lot of flat nothing. And yeah, it's hot, hotter than sin out there, so that's where we are. So the road turns south a little bit for a little ways here, and so this is looking west, and there's definitely some sort of fire to the west of us. And then when you look to the right, you can see the thunderstorms in Kansas to the east of us. So we're definitely in just like one little patch of like good weather right here. Digs for tonight. We're at another Econo Lodge. We've already brought a lot of our stuff in here. I mean, it's fine, but it definitely doesn't look like the last Econo Lodge we stayed at. We'll just say it's a little more rural, but it's fine. It looks clean and like plenty good. Also, it's like packed here, which I don't really understand. And every single person has a pickup truck. Can't really tell, but it's like a rednecks with pickup trucks convention here in Texas. That's what it seems like. They're all standing outside the motel room doing I don't know what. But anyway, we're here.